Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today is the final day of January. I know it started off strong. Well, I started off late. Then, I really was strong there for a few weeks. I was taking out the game a little bit the past week, so I just really had to be lenient with myself in this process of VLOGUARY, but we made it to the final day. Let me just say, I could not be happier, but I'm excited that we've come this far together on this YouTube channel. I've got some new subscribers, got some new content ideas, figured out more about what you guys like to listen to tune into, and some more ideas on how to move forward with this going into February, March, and then the astrological new year in April. So tomorrow, February 1st, is not only a new moon in Aquarius, but it's also the Lunar New Year, which is the year of the tiger, which is so great. It's so great. I was just telling my Instagram story about all of this stuff. It's literally this new moon in Aquarius. Let's start there. My mind has been everywhere lately. I got 50 things on my to-do list right now, and I can literally focus on nothing but everything at once. I literally just watched two readers, and a fucking Fenty live performance show all at one time. I had one on my phone, one on my laptop, and one on my TV. Because my brain is literally, and maybe because my Mercury is already in Gemini, which is an air sign, and this new moon in Aquarius, which is an air sign, is really it's mentally stimulating me. But I think that's kind of the energy in the world with this whole new moon in Aquarius. I'm gonna read a little bit about it. The most powerful new moon of the year is here. Refinery 29. If you've been itching for a celestial clean slate, your wait is over. The new moon in Aquarius. Stop. The new moon in Aquarius is happening on February 1st, and it's giving us the chance for a fresh start, both personally and in the collective sense. This new moon is also happening the same day as the Lunar New Year, which is the real start of the year for those who practice Chinese astrology. The New Year, New Me vibes will be extra powerful. And with Chinese astrology, they believe that one astrology sign rules the entire year. So this is the year of the tiger. So that'll control it for the next 12 months, as opposed to Western astrology and how each every month is a new sign, like Aquarius and then Pisces. Instead, it would be if Aquarius ruled the whole year, then Pisces ruled the whole year, like that. So yes, the year of the tiger. So the senior astrologer for astrology.com and the author of Moon Signs Unlock Your Inner Luminary Power says that this new moon is exactly the kind of energy we need right now. For starters, it's the third lunation that occurs in January, which is rare, she says. Being that it's the second new moon of the month, it's known as the Black Moon. It is also sandwiched between the direct turn of Venus and Mercury, she continues, because Venus went direct on the 29th, and Mercury goes direct Thursday. So, yep, right in the middle of those. This gives lunation a potent, energetic signature that will help us abandon the past and move into the future with more confidence. New moons also usher in new beginnings. That's so exciting. And this particular one is supercharged with optimistic, forward-moving, change the world energy, thanks to these two retrogrades coming to an end. And that's so beautiful. I'm so very excited. I feel it's crazy because Venus retrograde, it was everything that I expected it to be, and I felt very prepared for it. So I wasn't. It's so weird too, the difference between this one and the one 2 years ago in 2020. Because I just remember that was kind of when I first got into learning more about transits. So when I heard about Venus retrograde, I was like, oh my god, so this is a time to really look into the past. And I literally was that ex, calling my exes, but not on a less get back together type of thing, just like a hey, let's talk about like our relationship and like how you feel it went, like just from an objective sense, because I'm a very observant, inquisitive person. I have a Virgo moon and a Gemini mind, so like I want to know. I have a lot of questions. I'm interested. But like this Venus retrograde, it was more so like an internal thing. Like it felt very internalized. And it was more so like me writing more, meditating more, sitting more with myself and thinking about my own perception of like how things went, recognizing older patterns. And yeah, it was also in Capricorn, so it was a lot to deal with like our spending habits and like yeah, it had a lot to deal with like relationships, specifically relationships with money. So that was very interesting too. I do feel like I've grown a lot when it comes to just my connection to money and my spending habits and what triggers like my overspending or my under budgeting, or you know, just like not being as mindful, because I'm a very capable person of budgeting correctly, but I feel like it's always the emotions or some type of trigger that gets to it. So I definitely learn more of like sitting by myself and handling things more organically as opposed to more irrationally or sporadically or spontaneously. So cheers to growth. I hope that Venus retrograde went good to you guys. If you haven't watched my last video, watch my last video, because it was a very good reading that I recited from Chani Nicholas, and it was just her spiel on Venus retrograde, this past Venus retrograde. And it was really good. I would just really advise you guys to listen to it because it was so good. She just told this story about the goddess of earth and heaven. Also, she went by another name for Venus. And it was just kind of like this myth about it. And yeah, just talked a lot about how this Venus retrograde helped us to reconnect with parts of ourselves that felt abandoned, that wanted attention and recognition and understanding. And it was a very beautiful story. And she followed it by summarizing up Venus retrograde and like what the fuck we just went through and how to continue to process it, because after each retrograde it follows the shadow phase, which is where it's like the cleanup basically before we finally move forward in about March. So it'll take like a month for us to finally figure out what the fuck we just went through, like all of the past that we're walking away from, and how like I feel like we have to observe it first. And this next month is about finding our way forward and the new beginning. So yeah, it's just so beautiful. And then the same thing with Mercury retrograde, which isn't as intense because Venus retrograde was like a month long. It's like 6 to 8 weeks. And then Mercury retrograde is only 3 weeks. So it's not as intense. And it also, it's the fastest moving planet. So we go through a lot more Mercury retrograde. So we're a lot more used to it, where Venus, it goes 18 months. So it's kind of more significant. But yeah, so that's cool. We got a lot of new beginnings happening. Retrogrades are wrapping up. New moon in Aquarius is tomorrow. The Lunar New Year is tomorrow. And I think that we still have, you know, these next 2 months, Pisces season, to wrap up the Western astrological year, and then beginning the Western astrological New Year, which is in Aries. So it's like we got 3. This is like our second New Year tomorrow, and then we'll have like our third and official New Year in Aries season. So that's so exciting. Is that everything happening? Oh, so Capricorn. Let's talk about Capricorn. Capricorn is in a lot of placements right now. Venus just moved into Capricorn. So let me just read a quick blurb on this, because you guys, I just can't keep up. And I think it's just this Capricorn energy, because Capricorn is just such like a workaholic kind of vibe. So having so much Capricorn energy in the air, it is kind of like intense and like a little draining. You know, Capricorn is like, they've been adults since they were children, and they always need that reminder, like, take a break. So we have to give ourselves as many breaks as we can, as much leniency I was very upset to hear about like how many suicides and like people shooting at people while driving and having road rage. Like, I feel like there's so much crazy shit happening in the world right now, and we all just need to take a fucking chill pill, and to calm down. Like, life should not be as complicated as we make it sometimes, and a lot of times like we are literally in our own way, which I think is what Venus retrograde was trying to show us this go round. But yeah, like, we don't have to accomplish everything. We don't have to be perfect. We don't have to be young. We don't have to be pretty. We don't have to have a boyfriend. We don't have to be married. We don't have to have a baby. Congratulations, Rihanna's fucking pregnant. Like, look at all this new shit. It's just so much happening. Oh my god, they're gonna have the prettiest fucking baby ever. I just cannot wait. I just feel like a god mom. That baby has so many god moms around the world. Oh my god, it's so precious. This is not what I want. What happens when Venus is in Capricorn? Venus in Capricorn causes someone to focus on commitment, longevity, and the material value of relationships. They value consistency above all else, as well as finding someone who wants to build the lifestyle they desire at their side, which is interesting because it also kind of ties into the year of the tiger, which I saw a blurb about earlier. Was this CNN? Probably not. Yeah, I think it was. And it said the year of the tiger, the Lunar New Year, focuses on basically, you know, that tiger energy. Like, if it's there, go out and get that shit. Why wait for it? Yeah, why the fuck would I go to CNN? They pretend like astrology doesn't exist, but you acknowledge the Lunar New Year. It makes no sense. Like, why talk about the Lunar New Year and not talk about the significance of that astrology plays in it? It doesn't make sense. But yeah, basically, I feel like the year of the tiger is all about that Cap energy too, and like, okay, you see a goal, you set your goal, and you go out and get it. And this new moon in Aquarius also is causing us to figure out, to put our thoughts and our mind towards what we want to accomplish, where we want to go in life. And yeah, I feel like when 2022 actually started, and like a week later, everyone was like, yeah, my 2022 starts this week, for real. But literally, like, we had a whole month to just see how it was gonna go to transition into this year. And now this is like our second one, and then I think we really will have like that third one when Aries season starts in April. And then Mars also moved into Capricorn. I was about to look for my phone. I'm ready for bed. Mars in Capricorn is a very powerful place for the red planet to be, as he is known to exhibit some of his greatest strength here, because he is called exalted in the zodiac sign, exalted. This means that the ambitious, strategic, and driven energies of Mars can be focused in a harnessed and patient way. And Mars rules our drive, so the fact that Mars is in Capricorn now, we can actually set a goal and accomplish that shit. Like, legitimately, everything is working forever in our favor. So yeah, this is my last vloguary. Well, for like now, you know, for January. I'm gonna pause for a minute and probably just go back to the weekly. Videos for a while. While I finish out this hibernation season. I just really, winter, I'm all about hibernating, being to myself, being more in solitude and silence, and pausing from like social media and from being around a bunch of energies. So I'm excited to get back into that, but I really appreciate every one of you guys who view and tune in and listen and support and like and comment and subscribe. And I'm excited to go into this next year of life with you guys. Happy second new year of the year. I will see you soon. Like, share, subscribe, my babies. Have a good night. Happy new moon in Aquarius. Happy Mercury and Venus going direct. That's it.